Hello everybody and welcome back to the Snapthis channel, and today we've got some very exciting news I know people have waited years for. Snapchat now allow you to change your username, and this has been one of the most requested things I've heard in the Snapchat community, and today they've switched it on globally. My friend, the Snapchat Encyclopedia, sent me a message this morning to let me know that it was out, and to see in settings a new option that allows me to change my username was amazing. Now I'm just doing a quick video firstly, show you how to do it, and then we're going to talk about some of the things to think about and just some of the little things that you need to know about changing your username, because it's not like Instagram. So the first thing is how to find it. It's really easy. All you've got to do is open the Snapchat app. If you press your Bitmoji at the top left, this will take you to your profile, and then at the top right you will see a little cog. This is where you find your settings. Inside settings, you can see at the top you've got your display name, and below that is your username. Now previously you weren't able to tap this, but if you give it a tap today, you'll actually be able to see you can change your username once, and this is once every year. So you're not locked in, but if you decide next year, that's not me anymore, I want to change my username, you can do it every year if you wanted to. So tap into the box, change your username, and if it's available, this isn't an unlimited account of usernames. If it has been taken by someone else, I'm sorry, you won't be able to have that username. You'll have to find something different. But this is going to allow anyone who decided to put a number or have an old nickname that they used to have and they've grown out of it, the ability to now change it. Fortunately, I've never wanted this, never needed this, due to the fact that I've always been happy with my username. But you know, mine is simply my first name and my surname. But there we go. So that is how you do it. It is that simple. Once you then press OK, it will then apply. Some things to think about with the username changes is obviously your snap code may change. Now at the moment I've not seen any documentation from Snapchat. I've seen them promoting it, but just check that if you've changed your username, if the snap code has changed as well. This is a snap code here if you're not used to it, but because you're changing the username, depending on how Snapchat designed these, it might change how the snap code works. So just double check that. I'm not going to be able to do that because, like I said, I'm not changing my username, but that's something definitely to think about if you've printed them off and you've distributed them anywhere, because it's your snap code, you do whatever. One thing to mention as well for creators, if you have a creator account that may be a Snapstar or /verified, whatever you want to call it, there is no documentation as of yet if this affects your account, but obviously please be aware if you've got a contact that you can speak to about that, just to make sure that if you do change your username, it doesn't affect how the star or the accounts work. I don't know any stories, or I've not heard anything in the community as of yet, but it's definitely something to think about if you are a creator, just to make sure. Have a check on Snapchat supports page, which I will link below, and of course that's always going to be up to date, even more up to date than this video. So if you are a Snapchat creator, just check that there is no knock-on effect. Snapchat usernames have never been changed before from this day. I only know one person who was very fortunate to get it, and it was a very long process. Obviously Snapchat was designed and built in 2013, 2014. They must have built it on a very you sign up, that's your account, and that's probably why it's taken so long to now have this ability, because if they designed the app in the base foundations to never have a username change, no wonder it's taken this long. So if you're ever wondering why, I can change it on TikTok, I can change it on Instagram, I can change it on Twitter, but those apps have probably been developed so you could, but Snapchat, I assume, had never. So that's probably why we're now seeing it, which it's nice. Snapchat themselves have been posting all about it this morning, promoting it and showing it off, and I think it's really nice to see. They had a promotional video which was showing off like people saying their usernames and like trying to not make laugh about how bad they are, because you probably signed up to your account 5 years ago. So yeah, so it's nice to see. But yeah, of course, go into the settings, you can change it once a year, and fingers crossed the username that you want isn't taken. And I would try and get this done as soon as possible, because the more people know about this, the more they're going to change their usernames that you want. This shouldn't have any knock-on effect with your memories, so they've not released any really important documentation, and I don't think Snapchat would make a move so drastic if it had a knock-on effect. So obviously don't worry about your memories, things like that are all going to stay inside the account. It's just the username that is changing. Another exciting feature that I would like to bring your attention to before we end this video is just on the fact that there is now the ability to see your memories on the Snap Map. So Snap Map is where you can find your friends when they've been active on Snapchat. There is now a new tab at the top right that you can tap, and this will turn into the memory view, and you can see where your Snapchats have been taken and the ones that are saved in your memories show on the map. This, of course, is amazing because I struggle with the memory system, always trying to find those Snapchats from 2016 because it doesn't really have the greatest search. Sometimes it's fantastic, sometimes it's a bit hit and miss. So to have the ability now to zoom out, zoom in on, let's say, the holiday destination the Snapchat was taken, zoom into the specific street or wherever it was, and be able to find that a lot quicker than in the memory system. So I'm not saying memories are bad, but I'm saying that it's nice to have that feature because you might remember where it was instead of when it was. So it's always good to be able to do that. Of course, that is private to you before you start worrying that they're posted somewhere else. They're only accessible via you, just in case you have any questions. So there we have it. That is a couple of features. I know a lot of you have been asking, and I've had tons of messages about, do you know if Snapchat's going to be able to change your username? Obviously, I knew about that one story, but my answer to everyone was always no. So it's nice to now point them in the direction. And of course, Snapchat did tweet these instructions here, so you can see that they're trying to make it as simple and as public as possible. It's also nice to see the map feature. I'm definitely going to be using that to show off some of the adventures and snaps I've had previously. But when I'm out with my friends, I can just zoom in on the location and tap that icon to find it. If you also hover over, it will give you a little slideshow of what is around that area as well. So there's some added little features. So it's nice to see Snapchat have added some extra things in, as it's been rather quiet in the Snapchat community. My name is Carl Lightning. I run the Snapthis channel. If you enjoyed today's video, then leave us a like. And if you're interested in more history side of Snapchat, I'm going to give my friend the Snapchat Encyclopedia a shout out because he's been showing me all the little things, and I think it's nice to promote his channel as well. So if you're interested in some of the history of usernames or the subscribe button, his channel has got a lot on there. I know that some of you have been asking where I've been recently because I've not been as active on my channel. I've actually been building a sort of tutorial series with a few lens creators about just creating lenses in general, because I am trying to keep people coming into the lens community because it's such a good place to be and it's a good place to express art, whether that be 2D or 3D. But I've also been working on another channel as well. This is something that I'm interested in. I'm a massive video gamer, so I've been trying to find a gap in the market, and I also love my iPhone, so I think it was a good little niche to pull through the Apple Arcade and also the iPhone. So if you're interested in Apple Arcade, I know I'm doing myself a little plug here, but if you go search up the iOS Arcade, you'll actually see another channel I'm working on. I've achieved YouTube subscribers, so with that, it is literally just having a bit of fun. So if you are interested in just Apple or the arcade side of things, then consider subscribing. But I'll leave some links below. Obviously, thank you so much for getting this far into the video, because I know that a lot of them would have left at the beginning just to see how to change your username, but it's always good to see that some of you get this far through. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in another video.